welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to be creating some quick Christmas makes. So we'll have a few cards, a little tag and a gift bag. And we're going to be using the gifts that you get with this month's Simply Cards and Papercraft Magazine. So you actually get quite a lot. You get this big embossing folder with the nativity scene. You get these teeny tiny dies to go with it. And then this lovely set of sentiments as well. And I really like the font on those sentiments. And then you also get downloads so that you can print at home all of these different papers. So you get 2 topper sheets and then you get 8 different patterns on the papers. And I think that's really nice if you've got a printer at home to be able to just print the ones you want and as many as you want. So it's really good for bulk making because you're not going to run out. So I have only printed some of them, but I can show you the ones I've printed. So I've printed the 2 topper sheets and they're really pretty. We'll be using lots of those today. And then I've also printed just 4 of the papers, just the ones I want to use. I think this one's gorgeous with that town scene. This one I'm not sure whether we'll use, but I printed it just in case. And then this one. And I think some of these, like this one, you wouldn't need to use just at Christmas. And then also that top piece is great for sky backgrounds on any cards any time of year. Same with this piece. That's only really the camels that signify Christmas to me. So lots of things that you can use year round as well. So all of today's projects are going to be kind of quick makes, but we're going to do 2 super simple projects, 2 kind of in the middle projects, and 2 that are a little more worked into but still quick cards. So for the first of our super simple projects, I'm just going to take this 2x4 inch piece of white cardstock. We're going to make a tag, and I'm going to blend on some Seedless Preserves Distress Oxide ink from the bottom, and then I'm going to come in with some Salty Ocean from the top. So we just get a simple blend, and then I'm going to grab that embossing folder, and I want to put this in so that that star is the main focus on our tag. I just want to put it above the stable because I don't want to get that on the bottom. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of this metallic gilding polish, it's copper one, and I'm just going to add a bit of that onto this star. Kind of pushing the gilding wax outwards so that when it goes in between the embossed bits, it kind of looks a bit like the rays that might come from the star. And that way, because I can never get this technique to look really kind of polished as such, but this way we don't really have to worry about where the gilding wax is going, because you get that really nice effect to it without worrying about it going over. So now I'm just going to use my tag punch, and I'm just going to punch the top of it. That's an old tag punch, but if you don't have a tag punch, you could always just kind of trim the edges off and punch it, or you could use a tag die if you've got a tag die. And then I've just got a nice bit of metallic ribbon, and the way I like to do my ribbon is to fold it in half, push the bit that I folded in half through the hole, open that bit up, and then thread the ends through. So then I've just got this Merry Christmas that I cut from one of those topper packs. I'm just adding some foam to the back of it. And then I'm just going to pop that across there. And then we've got that really cute tag. So then for the second of the last minute makes kind of thing, like ones you can do really last minute, I've got a 5x5 inch card blank, and then this one is about 4.5 inches, and this one's 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. And then I've cut these 3 borders from the topper pair, and I'm just going to glue them across here. So then I can just trim off the excess. And then I'm going to add this onto my gold, and then I'll add them both onto the card. And then all I've done is cut a topper from the pack, and I'm going to add that onto it. So I'm just going to pop that up on a piece of foam. And then that's that one done. Then for my next card, I've cut a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card base in this deep purple. Then this piece here is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then these I've cut out of different sheets of that pattern paper. So I've cut them that same 3 3/4 inch width, and then I've just cut along the top. So I've got the camels here and then these buildings. But you'll see that when I put them on top of each other, they look nice, but they don't stand out that well. So just to help them to stand out a little bit better, I'm just going to run this gold pen. This is a Deco Colour pen in gold. And I'm just going to run that just around the edges of this. And it's not going to make a massive difference, but it just helps it to stand out that little bit more. And so you can see, hopefully, that now stands off there a little bit better. You can also see I've made a mistake here, so I need to find a way to cover that up. I'm going to do the same on my camels. So what I think I might do with this mistake is try and make it look a bit more intentional. So I'm just going to add a bit more gold to there, bring that round. And maybe I'll do that in a few places as well, and then it won't look so one-off. And there we go, we've made a mistake into something intentional. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat emboss this Oh Holy Night sentiment onto the base of the camel piece. I'm going to heat emboss that in gold. So I think that looks nice, so I'm going to pop that together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these pieces up on foam pads. So you've seen I've used some of the pads within here to put at the top. Then I'm actually going to use the outer bits for the bottom. So if you have this type of foam pads where you get the outer piece as well, don't waste the outer piece. So I'm going to leave these few dots on the backing paper. And pop this down the bottom here. So I'm going to add that to there. And I'm going to add some more foam behind the back of here. Just adding a couple of foam pads down the bottom here, just so that bottom bit is the same height as the level above. And then I can add this on. And then we've got this really dimensional piece. Then all I need to do to complete the card is to glue these pieces together. And there's that card finished. So for this next card, I've got a navy card bank that's 4 1/4 by 5.5. I've got a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of gold cardstock, and this piece is 1/8 of an inch smaller. So I'm just going to glue those pieces together. And I might just add a piece of foam under here to give that a bit of lift. And I'll glue that onto my card. So then I've got this topper that I cut from those topper sheets. So I'm just going to add some foam behind there. And I'll add that to my card. So then I've cut this season's greetings. It was a sentiment similar to this, and I just cut out the middle because I didn't want the really chunky sentiment. And I'm going to pop some foam behind that as well. Obviously this is going to make it quite a chunky card, so you might want to reduce the layers a little if you're going to put it in the post. Actually, I'm going to put this piece of foam along the bottom of my topper, and then I know the foam's in the right place. And then I've die cut these pieces from gold. They're from that little die set, and I just thought they made really nice additions to this manger scene. So I'm going to pop the star up here to embellish that star that's already there, and then I'm going to add on these with glue. And that's that card done. So now we're going to move on to our kind of more worked into quick makes. And for this one, we're going to create a gift bag. So I have basically just trimmed the borders off this piece of paper that I printed from the pack. So it's now near enough 11.5 inches by 8 inches. And I'm going to score that at 2.25 inches, at 3.75 inches, at 7.75 inches, and at 9.25 inches. I'm also just going to score at 8.5 inches, just part way down. It doesn't really matter too much, it's just to give you a guide later. And the same at 3 inches, just part way down, about the same distance. And then I'm just going to score along the bottom at 2 inches. So then I'm going to fold along all the score lines. So then I'm going to grab a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut up each of these score lines at the bottom to that 2-inch score line. And then I'm just going to taper these in a little, so I'm just going to cut a small triangle off each side of each of those flaps that we've created. So then I'm just going to add some tape along one of the ends down to that 2-inch score line, and then I'm just going to seal those edges together. And then I've actually realised that I've made a mistake, because if you look, these then are too big to fold across there. What I should have done is scored this bottom line at 1.5 inches, not at 2 inches. So what I'm going to do to correct my mistake is just cut 1/2 inch off the bottom of these flaps. So then I'm going to fold those two ends in. I'm going to add some glue to those. Then I'm going to fold this one over, and then I'm going to add some glue to this, and I'm going to fold that one over again. And then what I'm going to do is drop something with a little weight to it, so my glue in this case, and I'm just going to pop it onto those flaps just so that it holds it down while they just dry a second. They'll only take a minute. And while that's drying, I've just got this silent note that I've cut out of the pack. I'm going to add a bit of foam to the back of this. I think that should probably be okay now. Yeah, that's glued down nicely. So then what I can do is just push these bits in here where we scored part way down and flatten that so that we get this nice gift box shape. So then I'm going to take some ribbon and I'm just going to measure out how much I need. So I'm just going to make sure I've got enough that I can bring it round the front and tie a bow, which I think I'll be able to with that. So let's just make it slightly longer than I need, just in case. So then I'm going to add some tape across the back piece here, and then I'm going to fold my ribbon in half and put the centre fold in the centre of the back of my bag. And then I'm going to bring it round the front and I'm going to tie a ribbon. And then I'm just going to add on my little sentiment, and then that's our cute little bag done. So then for my final card, we're going to do the heat emboss letterpress technique, and then I'm going to show you an easy way to add colour after that. So I'm just squeezing out some VersaMark ink refill. I'm going to use that to ink up my brayer. I'm just using a silicone mat here, but you could use a large acrylic block, or if you have a glass mat you could do it on that. Anything that's smooth and isn't going to soak up the ink. So then I'm going to want to ink up this purple side, which is the front of the embossing folder. I'm just running over my brayer, and then I'm going to pop in a 5x7 piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to pop that through my die cutting machine. So now that that's embossed and the ink's transferred over, I'm going to use the In the Navy embossing powder from Wow Embossing, and I'm just going to heat emboss there. So I didn't put enough pressure on my first one, so I ended up doing it again. So the way that I could tell that I hadn't put enough pressure on was that the ink only transferred part way round. It didn't give a nice finish, so I put a little pressure on, I put an extra shim in, and I decided to do it in black in the end as well, because my navy was a transparent one. You could see too much white through, so I went for my black, which says it's transparent, but probably because it's black it's much more opaque than the navy. So originally when I said I was going to add some quick colour, I was going to colour this with my inks, and you could do that. You could use your inks and just add ink over the top, and you don't have to be careful because the embossing powder will resist the ink. But actually I kind of thought I might just do a bit of quick colouring with my water-based markers instead, because that you can see it's actually very quick to get the colour on, because I'm not worrying about any shading or anything like that. I'm just going for some block colour. And you don't have to be too careful, you can go over the edges because the black is just going to resist that colour, and so it's really quick to do because you don't have to worry about it. And the other thing you can do, if you've got any of these teeny tiny white bits in the black and you want to just make it look a bit more polished, you can just fill in those bits with your black marker. Then that took very little time to add a nice bit of colour to that scene. So for the sentiment for this, I'm just going to heat emboss this Joyeux Noel onto some purple cardstock, and I'm going to heat emboss that in gold. Then I'm going to cut around there. So then I've got a 5x7 inch purple card blank. Then I've got a 4.5 by 6.5 inch piece of gold cardstock, and this piece is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the gold. So let's just glue those together. And then I'm going to glue that to the front of my card. And then I'm just going to add some foam behind here. And then I'll add that onto there. And that's our final card done. So then there are all 6 of today's projects. I really hope you enjoyed creating them with me. I'd love to hear which is your favourite. Please do let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products for today's projects are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.